Hello there everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree. And yes, today we're talking about some drugstore products that I have given up on. These are things I've been trying to like so much, either because I like the brand or because I just want to like the product. But for whatever reason, I just don't like them, and I'm going to tell you why. One of these products, I don't know if it's going to go over well because you'll see when I talk about the product, but for now, let's just start talking about these things. And these aren't all drugstore brands. I personally do not think of Ulta as a drugstore, but I know a lot of people do. And all the brands that Ulta sells, people always lump into drugstore. I personally do not feel that Makeup Revolution, Essence, LA Girl, Model Zone, I don't think those are drugstore brands. You know, Morphe, not a drugstore brand. But some of these are from Ulta in the drugstore section, and I am going to talk about them. I haven't talked about them all month, if you haven't noticed. I only talk about, like, literal drugstores. And, so yeah, some of these brands are going to be that kind of drugstore brand. Anyway, let's talk about the products. One of these, let me get this one out of the way because I changed my mind on it. I have it on today. It's this Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight. This is something I've never understood the hype. Do I have too much lip gloss on? Maybe. I've never understood the hype on this. It has never really done anything for me. I've gone back and forth with getting rid of it and keeping it and trying it out and getting rid of it. And I tried it out again yesterday getting ready, and I was like, hold on. What? What is this? What is this glow on my face? I love it. I love it. And I feel like I wasn't liking this before because I was really into a really intense, not intense highlighter, but a highlighter that you can see on your face that probably has some color or glitter shimmer to it, like a duochrome or something. So this wasn't doing it for me at the time. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So I'm really happy I tried it out again because I'm saving it from the box that I'm getting rid of stuff, and I love it. I just had to say that because I almost got rid of it yesterday. Okay, the first thing I have just lost my patience with, and I'm done trying with, is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I hate this. I hate this. This stinks so bad. It smells like urine, and it's awful. I can smell it on my face. It never goes away. It's, ugh, the smell. You know when there's like a really bad smell, you have to just keep smelling it, like, ugh, what is that? Ugh, it's urine. And I can't with that thing. It's just gross. Ugh. All right, moving on. The next thing I've lost my patience with is this Pacifica eyeshadow palette. Why? Why did Pacifica redo their eyeshadow formula? They had a bomb eyeshadow formula. I actually have them depotted in a palette. They used to sell it in a palette just like this. It used to be bulkier. They finally redid the packaging, which is great. And they were only 4 shades. And they were like kind of expensive for what it was, but the formula was so amazing. Silky, a formula unlike anything I've ever tried since. It's wonderful. They don't make it anymore. Why? Why did they get rid of those quads? I don't know. And they brought out this. These are awful. These are absolutely awful. I have a couple of them, and I don't like it at all. The shades are so barely pigmented. They're kind of dusty. They don't really stay on the lid. I don't like these at all. Why, Pacifica? Why? And they still charge like an arm and a leg for these, and they're not worth it. They're just so not worth it. Another product what was I calling this video? Giving up on. I keep saying losing my patience. I've given up on this powder. This is the Revlon photoready powder in the shade Fair. I did buy this for my, what was it? How I did my makeup in high school video. And because this is a powder I used obsessively. Like, I used compact after compact with this powder, and I loved it. I don't know why. I just bought it over and over and over. So I bought it for that video, and I tried using it since. I tried it again yesterday. It's just so powdery, and it sits on top of my face. I can see it clearly on my face, and it makes me look so white. Nothing wrong with looking so white, but this just makes me look ghostly, powdery white. Like I got a big powder poof like in the comedy movies. In the comedy movies. Poof! Big old powder. And, yeah, no. Sorry, powder. You out of here. The next product I'm giving up on is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Bronze big old bronzer compact. I tried this again yesterday for the last time, and I was like, nah, it doesn't work for me. I actually tried all of these products yesterday for the last time, and I was like, no. That's why I saved the Essence one, because it changed my mind. Normally, I find it really difficult to dislike bronzers because I feel they're pretty easy to love. This is just not a good one. It's just like a big, giant, flat, brown powder, and it's not very good. It doesn't blend really well. It just looks flat, and I don't like it. I don't like the smell. I can smell it from here. It smells cheap to me, and I just don't want to have it anymore. This one is a sad one, because I really wanted to like this. This is from Target, and remember when Makeup Geek, this brand, Reina, Rebelde, and some other brands, a couple indie brands, had like a stand at Target for a little while? This was one of them, and they had another compact like this that I wanted so bad. That was a little face palette, and it was this big, and I bought 3 of them or 4 of them, and they all were broken. All of them were broken. So I had to keep taking them back, and I was like, okay, I gotta open these before I buy them, and they were all broken. So I ended up getting this eyeshadow palette, and this, I tried so hard to like this. I tried so hard because it's cool. Like, the compact is really cool. It's an indie brand, and I just, it's not very good. These have no pigmentation whatsoever. I tried so hard with that orange, and it does look nice on the lids when you build the crap out of it, but I just didn't really, it doesn't have any pigmentation. They kind of remind me of those Pacifica palettes. That's kind of like, should I put this on Poshmark? I always feel kind of weird when I say I hate something and then I sell it, but someone else might really, really like it or want this, but I personally don't really care for it. So that's just going to go away. 2 other products I have given up on. One is the Master holographic highlighter from Maybelline. This is what it looks like. This is one I really, really tried to love, and it kind of reminds me of the Kat Von D highlighter formula. And I think that's why I don't like that formula either, because it kind of is like this, I think. It's just so flaky and like chunky, for like a really chunky, flaky formula. I feel I have to use way too much to get it any sort of payoff that I like on my face. And it's just so flaky and glittery and like chunky, and I just don't like it. I don't hate glitter on the face, but this is just not for me. Not for me. And another one from Maybelline, this is the Molten Peach Highlight. Nothing wrong with this. It's a great formula. It's a really beautiful shade. It's just not for me. It's too dark. And I should know better. I buy highlights like this all the time. The last one I bought was the Becca Dreamsicle. I know that shade was not made for my skin tone, and I bought it anyway, and I was like, this doesn't work for me. So I sold it. And I hope the person that bought it really loves it. But yeah, it's just too dark for me. It's great formula, great highlighter, just not for me. The other one I have given up on is the Almay Instant Glow Highlighting Duo. This is the shade 200 Nude Glow. The stick part is okay. Let me rub that off real quick. There's what it looks like there. It's a little too dark for me, just like the Maybelline one. But it looks nice on the face, but for me it's a little too noticeable that it's darker than my skin tone. And then it comes with the cream on the other side that does nothing. Nothing. So there's what it looks like there, but once you blend it out into your face, it goes away. Like, I can't see anything on my face whatsoever, and it doesn't leave behind like a glow. I don't mind that it goes away, the color goes away, but if it left something behind that made any sense, I would be like okay with it, but it doesn't do anything for me, and I am not interested in keeping it. Oh my god, this next thing. This is the e.l.f. Shimmering Facial Whip. Ugh, this is gross. This is so gross. I don't get why people like these. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. This is so sticky and thick. I don't get it. I don't like it. It's so thick. So when you're rubbing it onto your face, like, you feel a resistance. It looks really pretty, right? It's really metallic. But when you're literally, you feel like you're pulling at your skin to get this to move around on your face. It's just not for me. The texture is so gross to me, and I don't really I get why people like it. I mean, look at it, it's pretty. But the texture, and I am not interested in continuing to make it work for me. I'm just not into it. These 3 little singles from Essence, they sell these little singles like this, that they sell their own compact. You're supposed to make these little palettes and put compacts in them, whatever. They come in a non-magnetized pan, but they are also in a metal pan inside this plastic pan. So I feel like you could probably depot them and put them in your own magnetic palette. I just don't want these anymore, and I don't really like them. I bought a purple one in the shade called Purple Clouds. It was an eyeshadow. I bought a blush in the shade Strawberry Smoothie. And I bought a bronzer in the shade Hello Sunshine. And I just don't really like these. The blush actually is okay. The purple eyeshadow just is not really good. The bronzer, I have no problem using a small bronzer like this. I use sample bronzers all the time. It's just, I just don't really like the shade on me. And then the blush, I actually kind of like the blush. Am I going to keep the blush? Oh, you know what? I'm keeping that. It kind of reminds me of one of my favorite Rimmel blushes that I love. I'm going to keep the blush. But these two, I'm just not interested in having these. This is a weird one. But it's the Juno Co. Brush Off Brush Dry Cleaner. It's one of these things that you rub your brush in to take off the excess eyeshadow. And it came with another little thing in here that I got and just like angrily threw it away because it was so dumb. It was like a little piece of a different kind of sponge that was in here in a metal container. And the metal stuck up higher than this did. So every time I was trying to do my brush, it would hit that metal thing and it bugged me so much. So I got it, I threw it away. And now I have this. So I don't have a brush here to show you, but so when you're rubbing your brush in here, it moves this thing around at the same time. So your brush is just moving the circle around and it's not really getting the powder off your brush. And doing it like this is really annoying to me because the can is higher than the sponge, so your brush is hitting that thing every time. And I have my Walgreens one over there, but the one I have from Walgreens I love so much more because the sponge comes all the way up to the top, so your brush is just going across like this. And I just don't like the way this looks or it works. It annoys me every time I use it, and I'm done trying to make it work for me. Another thing I have here is actually one of these infallible magic pigments from L'Oreal. And I bought another one of these because I liked the other one I have so much. This was on clearance at Ulta for $2.99. And it looks like this. And the only reason I'm getting rid of this is because nowhere on the packaging does it say that it's only for your lips. It doesn't say anywhere on here that it is intended for the lips. Because they do have some that are lip pigments, and maybe it's under the sticker. They have lip pigments and eye pigments. Oh, it's under the sticker. It was under the sticker. It says lip right there. Okay. Well, I'm still going to get rid of it because it just is not for me. Oh my god, I used this on my eyes the other day. Stained my eyes. I made a huge mess. Stained my hands. Stained my brushes. And I was like, this is such a weird quality. And I saw it on here. It says not intended for the eye. This was just my mistake, but this is not going to work for me, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then I have two more products here, and then this last controversial one. This is another Shadow Squad from Almay. I think this is the only one I ended up keeping. I don't really care for these. I think they're meh at best. This is the shade Pegasus, and I think this is really, really pretty. But I just don't like this formula. Like, getting this to my eyes with this kind of intensity is so difficult. You have to build it up like crazy. Like absolute crazy. So, but I like the shade a lot. Like, can I just keep it and just deal with it? This is another thing that I'm like, hold on. Do I want to try it out again? You know what? I'm going to try it out again. And if it doesn't impress me within like a week or so, I'll get rid of it. Where was my other thing? This Wet n Wild brow pencil, retractable brow pencil. I don't dislike the color of this. I think it's a great color, but it's one of these like triangle shaped brush pencils. And the formula is just a little bit too creamy for me. And when I'm trying to use it, it's just like getting all over my skin. I have a hard time controlling this really big pencil because it's so creamy. If it was a little bit drier, I feel like I would like it more, but I just can't control this and it makes me mad. And I just make a mess with it. It does have a nice spoolie on the other side though, but I can't. I'm just tired of trying to make it work for me. So the last product here, please don't be mad. I think enough time has passed now where we can all share our honest thoughts and not just our thoughts of like, it's good for the price. But it's this palette, the Emily the Wants palette from Makeup Revolution. You know the palette I'm talking about. Anybody that had a bad thing to say about this palette was just like crucified or something. It was crazy because we're not allowed to have opinions, and it was so weird. So I bought this because of Emily, and I love Emily, but I don't like this palette. I don't like Makeup Revolution very much, and I don't like this formula. I cannot get this to work for me at all. I've tried it so many times. I used it again yesterday, and I was trying to get that shade Pizzazz onto my lids, and it would not stay. It was bugging me so much. I kind of get sick of this, like trying to make it work for me, and it just doesn't work for me. I don't care for the formula, and I think someone else might really like this, so I'm going to put this on Poshmark, because I know a lot of people really like this palette, but for me personally, I don't like it. I can smell it from here. It's not my favorite palette. I really love Emily. I'm not saying I hate Emily because I hate the palette. I love Emily, as we all do, but this just doesn't work for me, and I think that's okay. Not everything has to work for everybody, but yeah, I don't really like that palette, and I'm tired of making it work for me because it just doesn't. So those are my drugstore products I have given up on. If you have given up on any drugstore products recently, please let me know what they are. Also, let me know how you feel about non-drugstore brands. Makeup Revolution, Morphe, Essence. I don't think those are drugstore brands, but a lot of people kind of consider them drugstore brands. But let me know how you think about those, because I'm kind of particular about it, and I don't really care. But anyway, please let me know what you think. Yes, let me know what you think. I want to know your thoughts and opinions down below. That is that. I'm done rambling. I will see you tomorrow in another video. Goodbye.